My dear listeners, Adab. Before these programs, we told you about the Mughal Empire and the cuisine of the Mughal Empire, why it is so popular and how their table got fed. It was the evolution of Mughal food in India. Before that, we were talking about the cuisine of the Sultans of Delhi, who were basically Turks and Afghan origin. And they were the one, Sultan were the one who laid the foundation of first Islamic kingdom in India and later on the Mughal king. But today we are not going to talk about any empire. We are not going to talk about any emperors. But we are going to talk about the Nawabs. Now you have to find out that how these Nawabi Riyasati or the Riyasats and controlled by the Nawab came into existence. The Mughal Empire was a large empire. It is said that it was spread up in 4 million square kilometers. And to manage this big empire, they also wanted people to help them. This was a very strong kingdom and it was developing day by day, and they had to look around for people who would be loyal to them, who would not revolt against them, but also take care of the jagirs which is given to them as a gift, and they manage their administration of that place. Now, Nawab is the plural of Nayab. This is an Arabic word, and Nayab means assistant, administrator. In the same way, there's another word called Nizam, means Nazim, means one who takes care, one who administers, or one who assists them, one who manages, intizam karne wala, is the Nazim. And Naib is the assistant. So these were the people who were appointed by the emperors to take care of the places they were given as Jati. And mostly, this title of Nawab was given to the Muslim nobles and the officers who were closer to the king, and whom king was very sure of their loyalty. These Nawabs, as they were called then, they were independent ruler of their manager of their own Riayasa, but they were also under the emperor. They could not revolt against the emperor, but they were the only helpers. But the Riayasa, the Jagir, was under them, and they controlled it, and it was their rule. But it, as soon as the Mughal Empire became weak, these Naibs and these Nawabs and these Nazim took advantage of it, and they declared their independence, and they became the independent ruler of these places. They were no more with the emperor, but they declared themselves the independent ruler of the places. But when they became the ruler of their own Jagirs, they did take care of the people. They thought that their place, the Jagir or Riyasat which has been given to them, flourishes, become prosperous, and they did lots of work for the religious brotherhood and the cultural brotherhood, and they respected other religions also, they respected people also, and they saw to it that the people live in harmony and there is a peaceful atmosphere in the Riyasat. This is very interesting to note that the Nawab of Surat, he declared that no cow should be slaughtered in his riyasat. This is something very big. Today we are fighting about it. And the Nawabs of Arcot, they gave lands as gifts to people to build temples. They also formed an Arcot Trust, and under the Arcot Trust, many projects for the welfare of the people and welfare of the Riyasat were taking place. In 1990, one trust under the name of Harmony of India, it was not a trust, it was an association under the name of the Harmony of India, was registered by the Nawab of Arcot, and under this the project for the religious harmony and also brotherhood, many projects were undertaken. Not only this, there is another good example from the Begums of Bhopal. Begum of Bhopal while ruling, they saw to it that in their darbar, Hindu and Muslim officers were given equal respect, and they were given equal post, and they were there. All these Nawabi riyasats all these places, they did work for the welfare of their own Riyasat, and they were very successful and they were very popular. So this was a very short form how the Nawabi Riyasats came into existence and who were the Nawab. And now we will talk about few which the program can permit, the time can permit, of the few Nawabi Riyasat, which you will find it interesting. And the first one which I have picked it up for you is the Arcot, the Nawabi Riyasat. Very few people very seldom know about the small riyasats which are there in India, and I have not taken the big, very popular riyasats like Hyderabad and Awadh and Rampur, but I have chosen places which are not known anymore. And the first thing is that the Nawab Arcot. Arcot is a small Nawabi riyasat in the southern part of India, and Aurangzeb in 1692 gave this riyasat the status of Nawab because the rulers of this place Nawab, and it became a Nawabi riyasat. From 1692 till 1855, Arcot remained under the rule of the Nawabs, and Arcot and this was Arcot remained the capital of these Nawabs, and they ruled from there. In 1993, British government gave them another title, that was Prince of Arcot. Now they were not called Nawabs of Arcot, but they were called Prince of Arcot. And till today, they are called Prince of Arcot and not the Nawab of Arcot. The Queen Victoria, went furthermore, and she allowed them and she granted them pension which was free of any tax. And the government of India has respected that, and even till today, the Prince of Arcot get the free pension from the government of India. But with the passage of time, as the many of the small Nawabi Riyasats were taken away by the Britishers, Arcot also became a part of the British. And as I said, that they were called the Prince of Arcot, and the present Nawab is the Prince Abdul Ali Khan. एक मिनट सॉरी इसको देख